Hello and welcome back to another episode of Nothing to Something. I'm Martin, and as you can probably tell by the thumbnail and the title of the video, yes, that's right, I'm moving clubs. I've had a job offer from Hull City. Off camera, I had two job interviews from Fleetwood Town and Hull City. Fleetwood didn't get back to me, but Hull were pretty quick in offering me the job. It's a no-brainer, to be honest. I mean, looking at the finances at Hartlepool, we're just under roughly £500,000 in debt. We've got a £1,700 transfer budget, 37 grand a week wage budget, and Hull are offering me a 4 grand a week pay packet as opposed to £825 a week at Hartlepool, a £6.5 million transfer budget, and a 250 grand a week wage budget. Hull City are in the Championship. They finished 15th in the last season. They want a mid-table finish, so that is definitely doable. We'll have a look at the players, what they've got, their facilities, and they finished 1 point above our senior affiliate, Middlesbrough, last season. So we'll be going up against them. So let's get in and accept the job offer. There we are then, confirmation that Hull City have hired Martin Gibbons as new manager in a move which is sure to spark plenty of heated debate. Martin Gibbons has left Hartlepool to join Hull City FC. Gibbons arrives with a record of 140 wins, 40 draws and 41 defeats in his career. He has also won 2 league titles and a cup. Won 2 league titles with Hartlepool, that's back-to-back promotions, and the cup was with Airbus in the Welsh leagues. Gibbons will face pressure to bring immediate success to the MKM Stadium, having stepped up from his previous stand-in to take sole charge, and need to hit the ground running if he's to win over those who believe his appointment is a questionable decision. We will see about that. Media prediction is 6th. Once again, 15th last season, knocked out in the third round and the second round of the Cups. They want me to keep the director of football in place. We'll have a look at the squad in just a minute. It looks like a couple of loanees. Develop players using the youth system. That's not so bad. I've got some young players come through at Hartlepool, so I can definitely do that. Play attacking football. I'd like to try and play on the front foot as much as I can anyway. Sign young players under the age of 23 for the first team. That's definitely doable. Work within the wage budget. That's fine. I think they want to get rid of the older players though. 1 year contract for 32-year-olds and 2-year contracts for 30-year-olds. Mid-table finish, definitely doable at my end. We'll leave that as it is, sort that. There's a couple of transfer offers going on for players at our club, and we'll have a look at that in just a second. We'll go to the finances tab. £800,000 in the bank, so Hull City are doing fine as opposed to £500,000 down at Hartlepool. £6.4 million transfer budget, 261,000 wage budget, and a £250,000 scouting budget. Debts and loans, no debt. £1.6 million transfer debt, but most importantly, no debt on the club. That is just music to my ears. That is fantastic. Let's have a look at the facilities. Good old facilities at the MKM Stadium. 25,000 seater all-seater stadium. They're still at the ground after all this time. Good training facilities, average youth facilities, and average youth recruitment, which is a lot better, obviously, than it was at Hartlepool. So we will look and have a look at the development centre. One promising star at this moment in time. There's a couple there, but the one that stands out, Steve Wakefield, 17-year-old English striker. Very good determination and flair. That is definitely somebody I am going to keep an eye on. Let's have a look at the first team squad and see what we're dealing with. Okay, so we've got a 25-man squad here for Hull City FC. Most important player by the looks of it, Taylor Moore, 30-year-old right back, although he plays centre back as well. Very good natural fitness, decent physical still for a 30-year-old. Will be something we look to build on. Ivan Petryak is a 33-year-old Ukrainian, so he is getting on a little bit, but he is still hanging in there. But we will assess that going forward. Daniel Maldini, we'll have a look at the... Just having a look at the top players in the squad at this moment in time. We'll have a look. 3.5 star ability, 4 star potential. That's another player that we'll look to build around possibly. 31-year-old goalkeeper Joel Coleman. I think we'll keep him in place for the time being unless another offer comes up. We'll have a look at the staff in a minute and see what we'll need. Going down then to Harvey Collins, who is a 24-year-old goalkeeper. Might be somebody we'll look to just move on. He's not on that much money, but we've got 3 goalkeepers in the squad, and I could look to just dealing with the 2. That'll be absolutely fine. Let's have a look at the loanees. Rhian Brewster is looking to be off in 14 days' time. 27-year-old English striker now. He does play anywhere along the attacking roles as well. Good finishing. That's a possibility to look at extending. Although, his contract is expiring at Sheffield United. £47,000 a week though. So we'll have a look if that is viable. If we look to bring him in full time. One player who I am going to be looking into bring full time though, it's going to be poaching one of my old players, Will Lancashire. I'm having a thought about that. He's £425,000 release clause. Seems viable with a £6.4 million transfer budget. It seems a bit of a no-brainer, to be honest. His coach report was League One standard. However, if I just bring him into the Championship, play him a couple of games during the season, I don't think I'm risking much, to be honest. So I think that's going to be an option to look into bringing in. I think he's only 22 still as well, so that's definitely an option. Charlie Patino, on loan from Arsenal. Is he still at Arsenal? Yes, he is still at Arsenal. He's still got 1 year left on his current deal. That is something that we could look into possibly extending his deal if he wants to stay for another year. Daniel Williams, who is a striker from... Where is he on loan from? He is on loan from Fulham. Not paying him... We are paying him £600 a week for his loan contract. Good bravery, good flair, decent finishing, first touch. Possibly look into extending that as well. We'll assess the options as and when. But not a bad squad, to be fair. 33-year-old Jamal Lascelles is in there. He's still got 1 year left on his current contract, so that's also another option. Got a fair few English players in there, which is good. We've got Tyreek McGee, 27-year-old winger who can play anywhere, really. That's going to be useful. I think he's going to be very useful throughout the season. Not very good stamina, but good pace, good flair, good technique. He does want a new contract by the looks of things, so that's another thing we'll look into doing. Let's move on to the staff section. Let's have a look at the staff. We've got room for 4 more coaches and pretty average coaching staff at this moment in time. We've got room for a recruitment analyst and room for a technical director as well. And we'll look into bringing a head of sports science too. Let's meet our coaching team. Assistant manager Mike Marsh. People management 11, current ability 11, potential ability 11. I'll have a look into the free agents for assistant manager. I'll see if there's anyone better out there. Head of youth development Gareth Prosser, 18, 13, 17. That's very good for Head of youth development, I'll look to keep him on by the looks of things. Goalkeeping coach Barry Richardson. 11, 12, 14 with a 14 level of discipline. Once again, I'll review any available goalkeeping coaches and I'll compare them off camera. Fitness coach Matthew Busby, who's been at the club since 2016. Very good fitness coach. I think I'll look to keep him on, and I might add another fitness coach just to lighten the workload on him. Tony Penick, who's been caretaker manager at Hull a couple of times by the looks of things, and he's been a coach since 2017, so he's been at the club for 10 years. He was under 18s manager for a time too. He says he's a goalkeeping coach, but those stats are ridiculous. Coach-wise, is not a bad all-round coach, to be fair. I'll definitely look into bolstering the coaching side. Head of performance analysis, analysing data 16, 10 and 12. I'll weigh up those options as and when, and 3 performance analysts. Into the scouting team, I've got Lee Darnborough as director of football. One of the requirements of taking the whole job was they wanted me to keep Lee in, and he's not got too bad stats, to be fair, so I think that is justified, so we'll leave him be. Chief scout is Stuart White. 8 adaptability, 12 current ability, 16 judging player potential. So we've got 4 scouts in. Might look to see if we can get a couple more in. 1 with a Continental Pro license, so that's not really relevant. Chief Doctor is in there. Arindam Banerjee, although we can't shift him anyway. Alan Peacham is our head physio with a physiotherapy level of 17. I think I'll keep him in there with 2 other physios, Will Pears and Kevin Abel. 2 sports scientists of Adam Pulford and Benjamin Greeno. Once again, I'll look into bringing in a head of sports science as well. That about does it for the coaching staff. Let's have a check of the under-23 staff. They are going to need an assistant manager and 2 coaches. They're all right for everything else. And the under-18 staff, 2 coaches needed there, a performance analyst needed as well, and another physio. So once again, when I go off camera, I'll have a look into staffing. I like to make sure all the staff's covered, possibly even bringing in some more if I can. I always like to make sure our staff is looking tip-top and one of the best in the league. Sometimes it's not possible, but with the budget I've got, I should be able to do that. That shouldn't be a problem. We've got a decent balance to cover that as well. Once again, our club vision, if you wanted to pause the video and have a little look at that. We've had a look at the training facilities. The development centre, I'll have a look at the training, the staff's done. Tactics, I'll have a look at tactics. They like either control possession, tiki-taka, or fluid counter-attack. At Hartlepool I went with a clean slate and I made my own tactic, and I got away with that one quite well, I thought, to be fair, considering we were supposed to go straight back down and we got promoted straight away. But I'll weigh those options up. Captain is Louis Coyle. He's got good leadership and good teamwork, so I might look to keep him on. He looks like he's not our starting right back. Got Taylor Moore there, but I might put him at centre back. Apologies. Ben Wagstaff, who is a central midfielder in there, but he can play right back as well, so that's why he's considered in the mix. But yeah, I'll weigh the options on the loan players. I'll obviously look into the outgoings as well, the 2 outgoings just there. I'll get into the tactics and the training off camera, because I like to make sure I do the training sessions too. I like to get involved as much as I possibly can. Club hierarchy, we've got 3 team leaders in there, Coyle, Lascelles and Patino. So Patino could potentially be an important player to keep on, to be fair. If we can re-sign him to a new loan deal, I think he'll be an important member of the squad. One core social group, everybody is in exactly the same group by the looks of it. I'll get into code of conduct and I'll obviously meet the squad off camera as well. And then when I come back, I will most likely be into the first game of the season. So until then, if you have enjoyed this video, please consider giving this a massive thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel to see more Football Manager content. I also do reaction videos too. If you want to check out my Lego Star Wars reaction, that is also on my channel right now. Once again, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate everybody. If you have any advice or any criticisms of the way I conduct my videos, please don't hesitate to mention down in the comments below. I will always read the comments and I will be eternally grateful for the feedback. Once again, I've been Martin. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.